So today's Lunch and Learn, we've got Kieran Pinder with us from British Airways joining us. So the demonstration will be all based around the BA products, okay, and then Kieran will do a bit of a talk about the new routes and the new cabin classes that they've got as well. We've also got Jamil here, so he's on hand to answer any questions. So we do have the chat open, so if all your microphones are muted, if you do have any questions throughout, if you can just pop them on the chat and Jamil will answer those for you as well. Okay, here he says hello. Right, okay. So today's Lunch and Learn then, it's Thursday the 5th of September. So the whole point of the Lunch and Learn sessions is to assist with mainly the new agents coming on board. So I look after all the new agents from the point of registering to the point of issuing the first tickets. So that covers all the training needs, which is where the Lunch and Learn sessions came in the first place. It just meant we could train multiple agents in a short space of time, which saved me quite a lot of time, leaving me to do other things as well. So what we're going to do today, we're just going to talk through just a little bit about Faremine, who we are, what we do, and then we'll go on to talk about the fare types that we have with British Airways, and then we'll cover a little bit on NDC, and then we will move over to Kieran, who will then talk you through the new routes, a new cabin class that they've got as well, which looks really good. And then we will do a quick demonstration of the Faremine website using the route that Kieran has told us about today. Okay, so it should only take about half an hour. So we'll just quickly get going with it now. So firstly, Faremine, who we are. So Faremine, we're an independent trade-only scheduled flight specialist, established over 40 years. Our airline relationships nurtured over 4 decades ensure we have exclusive contracts with the lowest fares. We work exclusively with independent agents and top tour operators, and we are fully IATA accredited and ATOL licensed for peace of mind for you and your customers. Okay, so we also protect all airline flight sales with our SAFI insurance, scheduled airline failure insurance as well. Our industry-leading online reservation system with all GDS, so that's Sabre, Amadeus, Galileo, is supported by our UK friendly call centre, who are genuine travel experts, happy to advise and help you make a booking. Okay, and the brilliant, I think the feedback we get from the res team is absolutely brilliant. So do call them if you do struggle with anything at all. All right. So going on to what we do. So Faremine, we have a responsive accounts team. So Jane, who's the financial controller, oversees that. So any invoice queries, any refunds, they are dealt with very efficiently. And you'll notice as well, once the bookings are made on the system, it's not long afterwards when you receive your invoice and your documents, because the accounts team are on it. So they are very good. So going to agent and operator feedback, we welcome it, good or bad. So Faremine, constantly trying to improve our services. So if you do have any feedback, hopefully good. We do tend to get a lot of good feedback, especially with the res team. But if you do have any, ideas, things like that you want to put forward to us, do come and talk to us, and we welcome all feedback, good, bad, and we'll try and work with whatever feedback we get. Okay. So the Faremine system demo, which is the Lunch and Learn sessions which we hold, we can tailor these depending on your business. So I can do an evening session if we have got a business of agents that's got home workers that might have 2 jobs. We can be flexible with things like that. It's like today we're doing the BA ones, so we've tailored it to British Airways. So we can tailor the demos as well to suit you. We do have an out-of-hours service, and we outsource this to a company called All7. So if you have got any emergencies, and we do stress it needs to be an absolute emergency if you need to call the out-of-hours. If you do need information on that, I can give you them outside of this training. Just drop me an email and I can send you the info on that. But we do say just use it in absolute emergencies. If you can wait till the next day to speak to the res, do that, please. And another thing we do, not many people are aware, we can co-brand the invoices as well. So if you're adding a bit of a markup on and you've got a gross invoice, we can put your company logo on there to send to your client, which just looks a bit more professional for you guys as well. And it also shows on the website documents as well, so the option confirmation and also the ticket confirmations when they come through. So if you do want more information on that as well, let me know and I can talk that through you as well. Okay, so Faremine perks. So this leads us on to the airline incentives. So we do airline incentives every month. This month we've got British Airways. And so look out for those. They're with all the major carriers throughout the year. So the incentives, they can include shopping vouchers, hampers, theatre tickets, and other prizes as well. If there's things you'd like to see, do let us know. Again, feedback, welcome that. So during the airline campaigns, we'll tell you more about the airline, the routes, the cabins, plus any new features and benefits for travellers, which is what Kieran will talk you through today. So if you want to have a look at the previous offers that we've had on, if you go onto the website and click on promotions, you can see that the offers that we've had earlier on in the year as well. Okay, so that takes us now on to this month's. So we've got British Airways September, book and win with our Best of British bumper prize draw. So we've got 10 indulgent British food and drink hampers up for grabs, as well as over £1,000 worth of Love to Shop vouchers as well. Now the hampers, they're made in Yorkshire. So there's Taylor's of Harrogate, there's Betty's Tea Rooms, there's some wine and I believe some little beers in there as well. So we've got 10 of them up for grabs. So for every ticket that you book with BA this month, you will get a ticket put into the prize draw for this. Now, if you book NDC tickets, that doubles up. So you'll get two opportunities to win. So look out for the NDC bookings as well. Okay. Right, so a little bit about the fare types now. So with BA, we have the published, the seat only, and the NDC fares. So published fares, these are non-negotiated, are these fares. So they can be sold as a flight only. They do not require ground arrangements to be pre-booked. They have 0-day ticketing deadline on them. And the content mirrors the airline direct website. So like I say, the non-negotiated fares, they're open to everybody, these ones. And the seat only, now these are negotiated fares. So these can be sold as flight only. They do not require ground arrangements to be pre-booked. They offer the cheapest rates in the market with various airline tactical offers as well. And they are cheaper than the airline's direct website because these are the negotiated fares that you see. But these do have the shorter ticketing deadlines. So like with the published, you don't have any, whereas these you do have ticketing deadlines, but they are a bit shorter. So now we'll go on to this. Sorry, this is just a recap. So you got your published seat only. This is how they appear on the website. So you'll see them in your fare types, and this is what they look like. And what you're seeing more and more of now is the NDC fares. So I think Faremine were the first to get the BA NDC content. So quite proud of that. So NDC, I'm just going to go through a few FAQs, just questions that people have asked, general questions about NDC. Now, we've got Jimmy, who's our NDC expert. He's not on this call, but if you do have any questions afterwards that I may not be able to answer, we can always take these outside the chat and give them to Jimmy as well. But these are the general questions what people have been asking. So what is NDC, first of all? It's new distribution capability, allowing airlines to directly provide content to suppliers, giving airlines greater control over availability and pricing. Are there any extra benefits? In most cases, airlines provide extra content not found in the GDS, allowing airlines to offer dynamic and cheaper pricing points. In other cases, airlines are removing traditional GDS content to be made only available via NDC channels. So how do I know I'm booking NDC? Faremine has clearly marked NDC results on the booking platform. Like you saw on the previous slide, you could see the NDC little tab at the side. There's no difference you will find in our service level. We can offer the same level of expertise regardless of the booking source. What services are available? As this is emerging technology, new features are being added regularly, and as soon as an airline makes an update available, we will make it available to you. In some instances, services such as booking meals or seats are not yet available on our booking engine via NDC. They will be coming. You can still make these requests on the airline's direct booking portals though. Okay. Will you be able to offer the same negotiated contracts for NDC? Yes. BA have distributed the seat-only contracts via NDC where applicable. What carriers are available? So Faremine, we launch carriers for NDC content include British Airways and Iberia Airlines as well. So this next slide just shows, it's just a diagram really, just showing you in a nutshell. So basically what NDC is, it's cutting out the GDS, which in turn makes the fares cheaper for the agent and then in turn for the client. That's all you really need to know. It doesn't affect anything else. But if you do have more questions, do ask and we will try and get them answered for you. Okay. So now I'm going to pass you over to Kieran, who will be telling you about the new routes and the cabin classes. And after that, we'll go on to the demonstration. So Kieran, over to you.
Fabulous. So welcome everybody. Really happy to be here today to be able to talk to you guys. We are very, very excited. Come winter, we are launching Bangkok. So we have been away from Bangkok since COVID hit, and it has taken us a little while to get back into Thailand. So 28th of October is the date that we're going to be launching this service. It will be operating out of London Gatwick, and it will be operated 3 times a week. Now, at the moment, it is only a winter service with an extension added on to be able to fly through till the 26th of April, so that encompasses Easter. As I mentioned, it's 3 times a week. We operate on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Saturday going out, and coming back on a Tuesday, Friday, and a Sunday.
Right, do you want me to move to the next one?
Yes, please. Yeah.
There we go.
So the next service is, or next route is Kuala Lumpur. Again, same as Bangkok. We used to operate to Malaysia until the pandemic hit. And since COVID, we haven't flown there. So again, really delighted to be going back into Malaysia from the 10th of November. This service will operate as a daily service and it will be out of London Heathrow. And the aircraft that is going to be operating this service is going to be a 787-9 service. Okay, next slide, please.
The next one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we're going to talk about the cabins that we have on board. We'll start with World Traveller, which is equivalent to economy. Again, we, as you'll be aware, we operate various different kinds of aircraft on across our network, our long-haul network. But in economy class, it is all-inclusive fares with no hidden charges. So when we say that, it is you're not going to have to pay for your meals on board. Baggage is also included unless you buy hand baggage only fares, which would be the basic fares. On our net products, you have the option to buy a basic product as well as a with bag product. Now, our hand baggage allowance is very generous. You're allowed to have 1 piece of hand luggage and it can weigh up to 23 kilos. Now, you need to be able to pick that up and put it into the overhead locker yourself unassisted. So long as you can do that, you can take that on board. Obviously, the size of your case has to be within the limitations that are displayed on ba.com or Travel Partner Connect, ba.travelpartnerconnect. Again, as I mentioned earlier, meals are served on board with a full bar service. We're talking about long haul. You also have personal entertainment systems. You also have USB plugs to charge up your mobile devices. We can go to the next slide, please.
Okay.
So the next cabin is World Traveller Plus, or what is commonly known as Premium Cabin. This is a more small and intimate cabin. Again, you have a choice of meals. The main meal or the main course for your meal will be served from the Club World menu. You again have access to in-flight entertainment, your personal flat screen entertainment system with noise cancelling headphones. The seats are slightly wider with extra legroom as well. And you have specially made amenity kits available to you, and also your baggage allowance. So this is your checked baggage allowance is larger than World Traveller. So when you're traveling in World Traveller Plus, you have a baggage allowance of 2 pieces at 23 kilos each. That's your checked baggage allowance. Hand baggage allowance is again 1 piece at 23 kilos. So if that's all put together, that is a very generous baggage allowance. We go on to the next slide, please.
Yep.
So next cabin is Club World. If any of you have either traveled or sold Club World, you will know currently we have 2 products on sale on our long haul cabins. We have the old Club World product, which is the yin yang seating, where some of the seats actually face backwards and some face forwards. We were one of the first airlines, in fact, we were the first airline to introduce a flatbed in the long haul club market. And we have since also now introduced the club suite. Well, we will show you a short video on it afterwards. But in the club cabin, what can you expect? Spacious area, a lie flat bed. We have the amenity kits and the bedding done by the White Company. Again, exclusive meals on board, food and drink, of course, is all complimentary. After the main service, you also have what's called a club kitchen. So, on a long haul flight, most of us get peckish while we're watching movies or whatever. There's always something there to nibble on. You can just go help yourself, go into the galley and help yourself to food and drink, whatever you wish. The bed goes down to 6'6" dimensions, and on the yin yang seating, you actually have, when you're sat by the window, you have a perspex screen that goes up if you wanted to put it up if you're sat next to somebody you don't know. So again, gives you a little bit more privacy. We go on to the next screen. Then we, of course, have first class. So first class is on some services, not all services. JFK is one of those destinations where we do have first class. Again, just depends on what destination you're going to and whether there is demand for first class or not. But this is a very exclusive small cabin. The largest number of seats that we have in first class is 14. So that would be on the 380 and the 777s. Some 777s, not all. And where we don't, where we have a first class, for example, on the 787s, we only have 8 seats. So you can see how exclusive a cabin it is. Again, lie flat bed. The amenities are Temperley. You get the pajamas on board, which are also by Temperley. And of course, we have a la carte cuisine on board as well. And you can dine as and when you wish, as opposed to it being served because it is dinner time or breakfast time or lunchtime, whatever. And in first class, you also have free Wi-Fi. The baggage allowance is up to 3 pieces of checked baggage at 32 kilos. Plus, you will have the generous hand baggage allowance of 23 kilos, plus a briefcase for gentlemen or ladies for that matter, or purse. If we go on to the next slide, this is going to be a video of the club suite, which is being introduced slowly across the entire long haul network. It is, as I said, it is being rolled out. We have a lot of aircraft, and so to retrofit them, it is going to take a little bit of time. We expect that to be completed by next year. So
Right,
we can play the video.
I'm going to try and play it now, and I think it might be playing up. If it does, then I do have another option to play it. So it did this earlier. It's very temperamental, just like systems are. Right, let me just bear with me. Let me try and. Sorry about this, guys. Right, what we'll do, because this is the last thing now. So what we'll do, we'll just wrap up what we did, and then I'll quickly show you the video. I have got it saved to a file, luckily. So we'll do that before we go on to the demo, if that's all right, Kieran. Things never go to plan, do they? So
it was working. It was working.
Did it work then?
Yeah.
Don't seem to like it. Let's go back.
There you go.
No, it doesn't seem to want to. It's
no. Is
it playing? Oh, okay. That's
like I said, it was a very short video of the new club suite, but the new club suite is going to be all aisle access and all forward facing seating. Okay.
Right, thank you for that, Kieran. Just so you know, I couldn't see that video, so I'm glad. I'm glad everybody else could.
I hope everybody else did.
Did everybody see that video? Okay, yeah, that's fine. If not, like I say, I can send it on anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so that wraps up just that part of the presentation then. So just to recap, so we've talked about the airline incentives, the fare types, the NDC content, and British Airways have told us about the new routes and the cabin classes as well. So what we're going to do now, we're going to move on to the demonstration of the Faremine website. So we're just going to do an option booking. So we're just going to hold a fare on a BA, obviously London Heathrow to Kuala Lumpur route. So I'm just going to stop sharing this now, and I'll move on to my screen. Just bear with me. Here we go. If you can all see that, okay. Right, so what I'm going to do, so it is just a basic route. So we're going to do what you can do here. This is the journey build. So when you first go in, you've got the journey builder here. Now you can search by name, or you can, if you know the airport code, you can just pop that in. So if we type in Kuala Lumpur, start typing that, it brings up the airport we're looking for. Okay, we're just going to move down into March sometime. Now at this point, this is the primary search here. So if you can put as much information in here as possible, and then that will get brought up in the results, which you can then filter again down the line. So what I'll do, I'll just slowly walk through it with you. Now, here you can add on extra legs to your journey. You can add on to a maximum of 6. So just by clicking on the green ad, that adds on more legs. Equally, if you want to go one way, you can just take them away as well. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do here with, obviously we've got BA with us today. So we're going to go down and choose British Airways. So it will only bring up the British Airways flights. We're just going to stick with one adult because it does time out, does this. I think it's after about 30 minutes, so we like to get through it quite quickly. I'm sure all of you are aware we can only do up to 9 passengers through the website. Anything above that is classed as a group booking. So we do have Reshmaroos in our groups department. So any group inquiries, we can handle them. So you just drop us an email. You can send it to groups@faremine.com and then just put your requirements, and then Reshma will get back to you with a quote for those. So we're just going to do just one adult now. I'm sure you're all aware of the children and the infants. So 0 to 1 is your infant, 2 to 11 is your child, 12 to 15 is your youth, and 16 above is classed as an adult. But I'm sure you don't all need me to tell you that. Like I say, this training is based, it's aimed at brand new agents. Okay, so the fare types, we've discussed the fare types already. But if you did want to select certain ones, this is where you can do it. So the search options, now we've got the flexible dates matrix. This is a little tool not many people are aware is there. So what it does, it searches 3 days in and around the dates that we've selected here. It's a really good tool and we do get a lot of good feedback on this. What we tell you not to do, if you click all 4 boxes, you will get an error message. It doesn't like it, the system, it just confuses it. So if you've got a special requirement, you might want direct flights only, we'd say just click the flexible dates and one other. Personally, I like to go with the free luggage fares. Okay, so we're just going to search for these flights now using the flexible date matrix, just to show you what it looks like. And you'll always get this little map coming up as well, just showing you where you're going. Okay, so here we have it. So you can see now the date in the centre is the date that we've chosen, and the ones in the pale orange are the ones that have got the cheapest fares. Now, if you hover over these, it will tell you the airline, the class, and it will tell you whether it's a direct or whether there is a stopover. Okay, so they're all your cheaper ones. If you do have, I mean, there's not much in it with these ones, but do look out for those if you have got passengers who can be flexible with the travelling dates. If you select one, it will give you all the other options down here as well. Okay, so just to go back to the screen where we were previously, what we need to do, click on show details, and all you do is untick flexible dates there. Click search and it will take you back to the previous screen where we were before. Okay, there we go. Right, so just talk through the top line first of all. We've got this little adjustment tool here. Now what that does, that adds on commission. So if you want to put a little bit of a markup on there for yourself on top of these fares, you can do. As you can see here, the NDC fare has come to the top. This is in price ascending order. You can change it into price descending airline if you've got multiple airlines on there and so on. But it does default to price ascending. So what I'm going to do, I'll just talk you through this top line here. So obviously it's self-explanatory. You've got your airline, class, from, airport and to. Because we searched London, it's got all the London airports on there as well. We are going with the London Heathrow today though. The map which keeps popping up, which you keep seeing, and down here is where you'll see all the different fare types. I mean, these are all the negotiated fares that are coming up. So these are your seat onlys, and they've all got a 2-day ticketing time limit on them. So we can hold this fair for 2 days. Now with the NDC fairs, correct me if I'm wrong, Kieran, these ones, the fares will need to be recalculated at the point of ticketing, because
at the time of ticketing.
At the time of ticketing. That's right, isn't it? Because of all the additional pricing points. So if you do see if you do see an NDC fare on there that looks very good, I'd snap it up if I were you. So yeah, that's the ticketing time limits down here, and then your rules. So what I would say, if you click on the rules, this is where all the fare rules can be found. We do say pay particular attention to your penalties. This is your cancellation charges and name changes, things like that. So just make yourself aware of those. So they're there for you to have a look at as well. Okay, now the last one, baggage. If it's green, it's included. If it's red, it's not. Because we chose free luggage fares only at the top, it will only bring up the ones with luggage included anyway. But we do have a little results key down here that just explains you may have mixed baggage allowance, where one section you may have baggage, one you may not. But it's all down here is the key anyway. So I'm happy to answer questions on those afterwards. Now, if you see a little aeroplane in the corner here, it means that there's an upsell available. So let's just pop on this one here. So the upsell. So if we click on upsell now, you can see all the different upgrades available. So that tells you how much more it is, and that's what the price per passenger is as well if you were to upgrade. Okay, we're just going to go with a basic economy today. Now, if there are alternative flights available, you can click on here and it will tell you. So there's all these other flights available as well. So you can pick and choose from any of those. And then we also have the information tab. So this information tab, it gives you information on the flight. So it tells you the terminal at the airport. It tells you who you're flying with, the class, the flight duration, your baggage allowance, one piece. So that would be the standard, the airline standard baggage allowance would that, and also what aircraft you're traveling on as well. So it's just a little bit more information for you there. Okay. And now I'm just going to go back over here to the filter your results. So like I said before, we've got the primary search up here, which gives you all these results down here. Now, if you've got lots and lots of results that you need to get through, you can filter this lot even more so. So with this one, we can filter the price. So if you don't want to pay anything over £1,000, you can move that down there and it will remove any prices above 1,000. Okay, and then your outbound, inbound, you will see this if you do have multiple legs, you will see onward, it would have the same filters for each leg of the journey. So you can now filter by arrival times. You might see some changes there when we move these on. So it's taking in and taking out flights. Stops, if you want to go direct, there we go. It reduces that quite dramatically. And then the journey time. So if we've got quite long connections, let's have a look. I've got one, for example. If we've got quite a long connection time, like this is quite a long one, what you can do is filter. So slide on the journey time here, right down, and then it will take out any of the long connection times, which is quite a good tool as well. And again, this is something that agents have asked for and didn't realise we had this in place. So do make sure you use these filters to your advantage. Okay. And then now departure airport. So we want in Heathrow, so we'll click on Heathrow, and now it's taken out all the others. There are other options do come up depending on what results you get here. But like I say, that is the secondary filter. So always put as much as you can at the top and then filter them out this way. Right, lovely. So now what I'm going to show you, this adjustment tool that I mentioned earlier. So you can see here, this fare here, £287. Now what I'm going to do, if you click on the cog here, and we're going to add on £20. So you can add on either pounds or percent. So if you want to add on pounds, you just put in 20 and click apply, and that will, you'll see all them prices go up now. It shows an extra markup of £20. This does not appear on the paperwork, on the confirmation on the second page, which you'll see in a moment. Equally, if you wanted to add on 20%, you just tick the percent button, click apply, and then it adds on 20%. Okay, we'll go with the £20. Right, so that's that page now. What we're going to do, we're going to try and hold this fare now. So we'll pick this one here. So we're happy with those flights. So we're going to select.
Angela,
Yes.
that might not be the right one to do because it goes via Doha.
Oh, do you want me to, should we do a direct one?
Yeah, be better.
Let's do
I
a direct.
go for yeah.
That's fine. No worries.
Oh.
I think I'll take it. Right, so we've got the NDC one. That's fine. So we'll select this. So if we were to book these tickets, you'd get 2 opportunities going into the prize draw as well for the hampers and for the vouchers this month as well, because it's an NDC booking. Okay, so it takes you now onto the passenger information sheet. So it will always be the lead passenger, but you do need to do this for every passenger. So if you just pop in the details here. And the additional passenger information, so this is passport number, visa details, destination. If you can fill this in, brilliant. Please do as much information as possible. This then goes off to the airline. Obviously, you can check in direct with the airline as well, but it is good for them to have as much information as early as possible. So the seat request, meal request, and the frequent flyer. Now, what we would say is, if we're holding an option, don't bother filling out these at this point. Do these at the point of ticketing, because they can't be guaranteed. Priority will be given to people who are actually buying their tickets there and then. But just to show you that they are available, you can do seat selections here. And also meal requests. And then you've air miles cards as well. So if they've got air mile cards that they want to accrue, then you can put in the card number in there, and that will go off to the airline as well. Okay. Right, emergency contact details is very important. Is this? A lot of agents tend to put their own details in there, and we ask you please don't do that. If you can, just make sure you put in the lead passenger's information. So if there is major disruption, it means that the airlines can then get a hold of the lead passenger. They're not, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and the agent's asleep, you know, they need to be able to get hold of that lead passenger. So please make sure that this information is put in, and make sure it's correct as well, because at the point of confirmation, these details then disappear. They go off to the airline and you can't go in and modify them afterwards. So yeah, please make sure you do that. So you can see here now, we added on the £20 markup. It's disappeared because it's been incorporated into the fare price there. Okay, so the net invoice you receive will be minus the £20, but the gross invoice you receive will have that extra markup on for you as well. And I'll show you when the confirmation comes through what it will look like. So to hold the option, we need to tick this box. Please make sure you tick the box. If you don't, the tickets will be issued and the usual fare rules will kick in. We can void them the same day, free of charge, but obviously it's better if we can just get into the habit of ticking this box. So the option will expire in this case on the 7th of September. After that date, the seats will get released back to the airline with no charge. But if you do cancel it in the meantime, brilliant. The confirmation email address, this will go to you, the agent. You can add on extra ones if you want to put your manager on there, or you know, CC in a colleague or something, you can do that as well here. Now the rules and regulations, make sure that you've read them and accept all the fare rules and regulations. And then the terms and conditions. Now, these are the terms and conditions between Faremine and the agent. not Faremine and the customer. So I'm sure you'll all have your own T's and C's that you'll use with your client. So now we're going to make sure that's ticked, just have a quick look over, and we're going to book these tickets now. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it all works fine. Right, brilliant. So that's now that place on that flight has been reserved. So here's your PNR. So last 6 alphanumeric is the PNR reference there. Again, it's telling you your seats are held until the 7th of September, and if you do not contact us to confirm these seats, they will be cancelled free of charge. Okay, and that's it. That's the booking done now. Now, if you wanted to go in and retrieve your booking, we've got my account. So if you're just looking at your option bookings, you can go in there. Manage my bookings shows absolutely everything. We've seen the little confirmation pop up there. So this is absolutely everything. You're expired, you're ticketed, everything will show on here. Okay, now I'm going to try and show you how to modify your booking. Now, this didn't work for me yesterday. We had a bit of a glitch in the system, but we're fine this morning. So we've got Jimmy on the case. Now, what you can do here, you can search by the locator. So if you've got lots and lots and lots down here, you just want to put the PNR reference in, you can just search. So start typing it in and it will bring them up. Same, you can do lead passenger, change your status, from and to airport, and so on. So what we're going to do, I think it was this one we did. So I'm just going to select that now. And from this point, you can cancel. So you can just click cancel and then that will cancel the option. Modify, I'm going to show you. Confirm would issue the tickets. So if I think it will bring up an error message if the fare does need recalculating, in which case you'd have to give Res a call and they can look at that for you. An email will just resend the confirmation over to you, which I'm going to show you in a moment. So the modify, let me just try and do this now. I hope it works. No, so it's brought up this error message. So basically what happens, it did this yesterday, so I do apologise. It's a live system. If you do get a message like this, just ring Res, given the locator, and update any passenger information. But basically, where it takes you to the back screen where we put in the passenger information. Now, you can't update any routes or anything like that, or even the passenger names. All that's grayed out. The only thing you can change online here is the date of birth, the gender, and you can add in, and you can put your passport details as well, and also the seat selection and the meals and the amount. You can add all that afterwards. So do have a look on your system and you can have a play around with that. If you've got any questions, we can always follow this up with a one-on-one after that. Okay. So I'm just going to show you where the confirmation comes through now here. So here we are. So this is what it looks like when it comes through. I'll just download this. When I spoke earlier in the presentation, talked about co-branding invoices. This is what, so where you see Faremine now, that's where we can put your company logo. So if you wanted to then print this off, give it to your client, that's absolutely fine. You can do. It shows the fair price there. Completely hidden the markup on there, the £20. It's in the fair price, like we said. If you need
Angela,
to, yes.
sorry, I don't think the slide has moved on.
Oh, is it not?
No,
Oh, hang on a minute. Thank you, Kieran.
that's right.
Oh, I think it's because I was just sharing that screen. Just bear with me. Let's see, where do I go into this? Right, stop sharing that. I just. Right, I think this is it. Sorry about that, guys. Right, can you see that now? Yeah, fab. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, Faremine, this is where we can put your company logo here on the confirmation. It just looks a lot nicer if you want to hand that to your clients. So what you need to do with that, just drop me a PDF logo and we can get that added to the web confirmations and the gross invoices as well. And like I was saying, the markup's hidden as well. Okay, so sorry about that. What I'll do, I'll stop sharing that now. So thanks, guys, for listening. Have you got any questions? Anybody? Any questions for me? Any questions for Kieran?
No questions, but thank you both very much. That was really helpful.
Oh,
Good.
thank you, Maggie.
You're very welcome.
If anybody does want a follow-up session, by all means, just drop me an email. I can happy to do a one-on-one. If it might be just a certain area of the website that you're struggling with, we can just hop on a Teams call and then you can share your screen with me. I'm happy to walk you through. If you're doing a booking online and you're just not 100% certain with it, I'm happy to sit there and support you through it. So that's not a problem. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for your time today.
Thanks, Angela.
Oh, sorry, Roland, go on.
That's okay. I was just going to ask, if we want to send over our company logo to get it over branded on there, who should we send that to?
Send it to me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just send it to me, nice clear PDF one, and then we'll get that added on for you and we'll send you a proof to show you what it looks like.
Okay. Right,
yeah,
thanks.
Lovely. Any more?
No, just to say again, it's been really useful. Thanks very much. Just seeing you operate on the site live, it's really useful.
Oh, thank you, Amy. We do have, that's the only thing we do in a live system though. You're always open to glitches, aren't you, as well? So